It was one of those bitterly cold evenings in November, the kind that makes the wind slice through your coat no matter how tightly you pull it closed. I'd just gotten my 6-year-old daughter, Layla, to sleep on the couch because the bedroom heater had gone out again. Money was tight, it had been for a long while, but seeing her bundled under 2 blankets, smiling in her dreams, made every struggle worth it. I was halfway through fixing the kitchen sink. It leaked every night like it was crying with me when I heard the knock. Soft. Uneasy. Almost like someone was scared to disturb. I froze. Who knocks after midnight in this neighborhood? I wiped my hands, opened the door, and there she was. A small, frail elderly woman, her silver hair damp from the drizzle, her cardigan slipping off one shoulder. She clutched a purse so old it looked like it had seen wars. Her eyes, blue and lost, darted around like she couldn't remember where she was. Son. I think I'm lost, she said, her voice trembling. I blinked. She couldn't have been more than 5 feet tall, shaking like a leaf. My first thought was she needs help, but my second was I barely have enough to keep the lights on. What can I possibly do? Still, I couldn't just turn her away. Not when she looked like someone's grandma wandering the dark. Come on in, Ma'am, I said, stepping aside. It's freezing out there. She hesitated, probably realizing she was alone with a stranger, but then nodded, whispering a faint, "Thank you." I made her some tea. She sat at my wobbly kitchen table, hands wrapped around the mug like she was drawing warmth from it. I was visiting my daughter, she said, eyes unfocused, but I must be taken the wrong bus. Next thing I knew, I didn't recognize the street. She didn't remember her address. Her phone battery was dead. No ID in her purse except a faded library card. My heart clenched. What if she had Alzheimer's? Layla woke up then, rubbing her eyes. Daddy, who's that? This is our guest for tonight, I said gently. She's just resting till we figure out where she lives. The old woman smiled at Layla. You remind me of my granddaughter. Her name's Lucy. Layla giggled. I like that name. That simple moment, 2 strangers smiling like family, did something to me. I gave the woman my bed that night. Slept on the couch with Layla, the heater barely humming. Before I drifted off, I thought about how easily that could be been my mother, confused, cold, and scared. The next morning, I made oatmeal, the cheap kind, but she said it was the best breakfast she'd had in years. Kindness makes everything taste better, she said, smiling with gums showing. I spent the morning calling hospitals, community centers, police. No one had a report of a missing elderly woman matching her description. I started to worry. But when I suggested we go out and look around the bus stops nearby, she got anxious. No, she murmured, clutching her purse. I don't want to be a bother. I'll go on my own. Ma'am, I said softly, you're not a bother. You're safe here. Her eyes glistened. You remind me of my son. He used to say that too. But he passed 2 winters ago. Heart failure. Silence filled the room. I'm sorry, I whispered. She just nodded, smiling through tears. Don't be. He was kind like you. Always helping everyone before himself. Around noon, I decided to take her to the police station anyway. Layla came along, holding her hand the whole way. The woman hummed church hymns as we walked. When we arrived, a young officer met us at the desk. I explained everything, and he typed into his computer. Then his eyes widened. Sir, this might be her, he said, turning the screen toward me. It was a missing persons alert. Her name was Eleanor Matthews, age 82, missing since the previous afternoon. Her daughter had been searching everywhere. Before I could react, the door opened and a woman rushed in, maybe in her 40s, tears streaming. "Mom!" she cried, running to Eleanor. Eleanor gasped, then laughed, "Oh, you found me." They hugged, sobbing in the middle of the police lobby. Layla squeezed my hand and whispered, "Daddy, she's okay now." "Yeah. She was. Eleanor's daughter, Grace, thanked me over and over. I told her it was nothing, anyone would be done it. But deep down, I knew not everyone would. A week later, there was another knock on my door. This time, it was Grace again, holding an envelope. "You didn't answer my calls," she said. So I came in person. Inside the envelope was a check. A big one. Enough to cover months of bills. I tried to hand it back. "I can't take this." But she shook her head. "You didn't just help my mother. You treated her with dignity when she had none left. That's priceless. Please, let me thank you." I swallowed hard. Pride wanted to say no, but reality whispered yes. That money didn't make me rich. But it bought a new heater. It fixed the leak. It filled Layla's lunchbox with more than peanut butter sandwiches. And a month later, we got a letter, handwritten, shaky but full of warmth. "Dear Layla and her wonderful dad, you reminded me that angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they have leaky roofs and kind hearts. Love, Grandma Eleanor." Layla taped that letter to the fridge. It's still there. Months passed. Winter melted into spring. Life got a little easier, not because of the money, but because something inside me changed. That night reminded me that we're all connected in ways we don't see. That sometimes, helping a lost stranger find her way home can help you find yours too. And every time the wind howls outside our little apartment, I think about that knock on the door, soft, uncertain, and how opening it changed our lives forever. Speech balloon disclaimer: this story is a work of fiction inspired by real human values, kindness, empathy, and hope. Any resemblance to actual persons or events is purely coincidental. The message is universal: compassion has no boundaries.